we've been through rigorous training. And then we're working from like 7 to 7.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
What?
Every day. Yeah, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
So this is a full-time job for all of you?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
yes. And guess what happens in the day? We'll be singing like all through the day. And we go for lunch, like 1 hour break, and then we are back on. So we used to, we nicknamed our rehearsal room the factory because the rehearsal was so intense that, it was almost like working in the factory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talking about breaking for an hour for lunch, what have you guys been eating? No, I'm very interested, I'm interested.
I think I'll leave the singers to answer that for
Really?
themselves.
Okay. All right, so we'll come back to you, Amos, but let's talk to Bertrand. Bertrand, what have you been eating? Let me go with that first.
Okay, just before the show, I was telling you that I like watching, and then with all the
Thank you, the accessories,
accessories,
right?
yes.
Gari, spaghetti,
yes.
everything.
And then I also love fufu, abenkwai, yes.
You know that problem.
Yes. So
Right.
I eat like every other person.
Okay.
But now when it comes to training, it's another thing altogether. So you eat well, but when it's getting closer maybe to a performance or whatever, now you start doing your diet just for the performance. That's it.
But you were a Cameroonian.
Yes.
How did you find yourself in Ghana?
Well, that's a long story, but cutting
Give us
short.
your abridged version.
Yeah, I was here for a work, and then later on the work couldn't work, and then I stayed back. That was it.
And did this real work.
Yes.
Awesome. But how's it been working with Ghanaians?
Oh, it's smooth. I will not say it's just very smooth, but there's up and downs, but we are family.
Yes,
everywhere.
All right. Let me talk to you, Sam. So how long have you been singing like this?
As Lumina?
As with this
Individual.
voice? Oh yes, as an individual. Wow. How long have you been doing this?
As an individual, I started singing effectively from 2006.
Okay.
Yes.
Almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, with the National Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, are you still a member?
No.
Why?
Now I'm
Why
full-time
did you
with
stop?
Lumina.
They didn't treat you well.
No, it's not so much about treatment. I'll just say that the National Symphony is kind of the place. If you really want to start your career well, you can be with them. But Lumina gave me a different stage, a different purpose. And it's something that I really wanted to be the first generation of opera singers to put this to work in Ghana.
Okay, so you've been with Lumina from day one?
From day one.
Yeah.
Awesome. All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the original group?
Yeah, it's been going up.
No, let me hear from Amos.
Okay, so originally we were about 10.
Okay.
I mean, we've had people come in and go out, and so we had a different director back then, in the person of Benedictus Akolache.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was the very first director was Nada Danso Abiam of blessed memory.
Okay.
Then Benedictus Akolache was the director. I was working with him because he was more of the director for the orchestra.
Okay.
And then I was working directly with the voices. So we have remained. I mean, we are glad we did.
So who is the director now?
I am
yourself.
The director, yes.
Okay, right. Okay, so Dan, how is it like, being part of, because when I look at you, I won't think that you can sing like that. Okay, how long have you been doing this?
Very long.
How long is long?
Like, personally?
Yes.
I can say I started singing when I was in JY.
Okay.
Then I was in a Presbyterian church, so I started singing in JY. And then I went to Presec, Osu.
Okay.
And that's where everything started showing.
So have you been doing like orchestra all along? Or you're doing...
I was doing choral music.
Okay.
Then until I found Lumina.
Right.
Yeah, in 2012.
Almost, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Has it paid off?
Yeah, it has. It's still paying off.
What has Lumina done for you?
A lot.
Name two. Give me two. Mention two.
We gave him a
interested in this. You found a wife? Was she a member of Lumina?
No.
You went for an event?
Hey, these people, they are putting me in trouble.
Oh, no, this one. Madam is watching, so Madam is trouble.
Which madam?
Oh, Amos.
Anyway,
We'll talk about that later.
talk about that later.
Okay, I'll leave that. Esther,
Yeah.
how was it like being the only woman, among these thorns?
Okay, I'm blessed to be among the men here. I started from the onset when Lumina started.
Yeah.
So I've been with Lumina professionally, I've been singing for 12 years
Okay.
with this group. And that's what I've been doing. That's my profession because I studied music in the university. So
Which university?
Methodist University.
Okay.
So I was in the voice department.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you've always wanted to do this?
Yes, because I've been singing from childhood. My mom has been taking me to choir rehearsals.
Okay.
So I was part of the junior choir in the church. So
Which
that's Gethsemane Methodist Church
Okay.
at Mamprobi. So that's where everything
So this is
started.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And Uche, you came to study.
Yes.
Now you are singing. Did your parents know that this is why you came to Ghana?
I'd always told my mother. Because back then, I used to watch a lot of Don Williams. You
Okay,
know
yeah,
Don Williams,
yes.
the country guy, and he had a guitar.
Yeah.
So I always told my mother that first thing when I come to Ghana and I enroll in school, I'll go get myself a guitar,
Okay.
and then I'll do music.
Did
and
you?
She would brush it off. I didn't end up buying a guitar. Anyways,
Okay.
I was singing in the choir.
Which school anyway?
University College of Entrepreneurship.
Okay.
It's in affiliation with the University of Cape Coast.
Right.
So my certificate, everyone will say I'm from University of Cape Coast,
Okay.
but University College of Entrepreneurship.
What did you study?
I studied accounting.
So what are you doing here?
Oh, well, music.
So at what point did you switch? What was the point of departure for you?
There was basically no switch anyways.
Or you were just doing it alongside?
Yes, I was going to school in the evenings.
Okay.
So I would come in the mornings and then do rehearsals with my folks here. And
Okay.
then in the evenings, I would go to school. But then I was in school. It's something I've always wanted to do. And it was paying me very good for an undergraduate. So well for an undergraduate and everything. And then I finished school. I was like, well, this thing is heading somewhere. It looks like a promising career. So why not? I just move this one aside. And then I've gotten some knowledge from accounting and from all of
Okay.
that. But yeah,
But
I think
what was
it's
the
just...
plan? When you were coming to Ghana, what was
Yeah.
the plan?
Just finish my school, go back, do national service, get a job, get married, do all of that. Come on, you know.
Okay. How many of these things have you achieved?
I've gotten my degree. I've not gotten married.
Okay.
I don't have kids. That will be for
I
a
have
later time.
Somebody in the...
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But how did you learn Tree so fast and you speak it so well?
They say when you speak a foreign language, you speak to someone's head.
Yeah.
But when you speak their local language, you speak to their hearts. And so I think people are very attached to their local languages. So I realized in my early years here, when you speak English, I mean, people take you on a very formal level. Everything
Yeah.
is shallow and everything. But when you say at the same time, people take you deep. Now,
course.
abanyana akabaye sabe kanibi.
No, no.
Abanyana akabaye
No
sabe
way.
kanibi.
Are you kidding
So
me?
yeah.
Guy. Interesting. John, how have you been dealing with this guy?
I remember the early times we met. We rehearsed at Christ Temple,
Yeah.
and this matter you.
It's a long
Really?
Oh, yes.
So where is this band station? Is it ICGC?
Yes.
Okay. So you are part of... So tell me about it. What is the connection really? Yeah.
So actually, this whole idea was conceived by Dr. Mensa Otabel.
Really?
Yes. So he thought to form a classically oriented group. So he started with an orchestra which featured a voice section. And I think this was when was the orchestra? 2012.
2012.
Yes. So the orchestra was established in 2012.
Okay.
And until somewhere around 2019 when we had to fold the orchestra section.
Okay.
Because of COVID.
Okay.
But the voices, I mean, we remained. The voice department
Right.
remained.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's been handed over to Auntie Coco Amatefio.
The famous, the
yeah,
industrious Auntie
yes.
Coco. Hello, Auntie Coco.
So she's more or less a director,
Okay.
a manager, a consultant, a mother, everything.
How was it like working with Auntie Coco? Because she's a beautiful soul.
Wow, it's sweet, and sometimes
But
goes
she'll
the other
put
way.
you in line.
That's the point.
Yes, that's it. That's why you are here.
Yeah.
But I know there's a project coming up,
Yes.
right? Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we're having annual events, which is Accra Goes to the Opera, November 24th.
Okay.
The last time we did it was somewhere around 2018.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, so we have subtitled this as the homecoming.
Of
we
course.
are coming back, and it's a big comeback.
It got to be. Well, where is it happening?
It's happening at ICGC Christ Temple,
Okay.
Teshi Bush Road,
Okay.
Christ Temple East. It's important to add that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have to buy tickets? Is it free? I mean,
It can't be for free.
well, we don't know. So tell us, what do we have to do? If I want to be there, what do I have to do?
All right, so we will furnish you with those details on social media.
Okay.
So first step is to subscribe to our pages.
Okay.
On Facebook, we are Voices of Lumina.
It's actually Lumina, just
Lumina.
Yeah.
And then on IG,
IG is the Voices of Lumina.
Okay.
Voices of Lumina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at least if you get these two, you'll be updated on how to get the tickets.
Super,
To the event.
super,
YouTube
super.
as well.
Okay, and YouTube as
Yes,
well?
Lumina.
Okay.
So let's say ICDC Christ Temple, because it's one of the biggest stage that we have in Ghana for opera
Yes.
music.
Right.
That's why we are using the auditorium. It's a very large auditorium, more than 5,000 people seated in that auditorium. That's why we've choose that place, because we hope and then we are sure that Ghanaians will like what we are doing.
We
They will all
like, no,
come.
we like. We like
Yes,
what we are doing.
Ghanaians like what we are doing,
Yes.
and they will all fill that place.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so it's 24th of November.
24th of November.
Okay.
That's
Is it a
Sunday.
Saturday or a Sunday?
Sunday.
A Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
What time?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Okay. We'll get places to park our cars.
Sure, please.
Maybe.
It's a lot of land. It's a lot of land.
All right, okay.
Yes,
So we
yes.
will be waiting for the details, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, I'm very excited that we are here today because it's a special day for me. All right, yeah. And on 24th, I will also be there, to come and enjoy this, because we don't really get to see opera groups like this. I don't know, if we have any opera group in Ghana. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't
This will
know.
be the
Apart from
first.
us,
There's no other
That's why we need to pamper you, okay? Because you are our own, and this is all we have. And I mean, you guys are doing amazing. And the fact that it's an international group. We have a Nigerian, we have Ghanaians, we have a Cameroonian, and because of this, they've stayed to do God's work. I can say you're doing God's work, right? Because it's a church group.
Oh, yes, of course.
And
It is under the church.
yeah, because sometimes
It's under the
we
church,
sang
it's-
Ogbejeke.
But Ogbejeke is not a bad song like that.
No, but
It's not
church.
secular. Sometimes people just think that the gospel must contain Jesus and God. But sometimes the gospel goes beyond just hearing Jesus and God in it, right? Love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, the love songs can be gospel songs. We like that. We
Yeah.
like that. And I think that is why I need to maybe get off, and let you do the amazing things that you do. I really wish I could sing like you guys, honestly. But so just quickly before we go,
Yeah.
did you really train to do this?
Okay, so you were asking a question to Daniel today. What Lumina has given to him.
Yes.
Lumina has given to all of us voices and techniques. So through Lumina, we're able to have some professor from US that trains us every time online for about 5 years now.
Really?
So yes, that is why we are able to do what you are seeing today. It's just because we've gotten that. I'm not saying that people cannot get training in Ghana. by people in Ghana. But just to say that these people were so good to us, and they placed us in the world stage with everything that we do. World standard is what we are offering to Ghana today.
Right.
So that is it. We've not come out with just singing like that, but we've gotten a training. We've gotten trainers from different places.
Because I was wondering why I can't sing like that, you know. Or
No,
maybe
but
you were born like this.
We have to also acknowledge that people have talent.
Yes.
You can have the potential to do what we are doing, but you need to go through training to be able to achieve what we are doing today.
Of course,
That's
of
it,
course.
yes.
So are you open to getting more, accepting more members?
No.
Well,
That one.
it's not an easy question to answer
Okay.
for now, because if you see like a Divo group out of Ghana, you see that one of them died and then he was replaced by another person. So I'm sure that something like that will happen.
Yeah.
No. I'm sure that a replacement will happen anytime, not that someone will die. Sorry.
Let's for the boss. All right, so I'm just, yes,
But
quickly.
in contribution to this, actually, we are an assist, okay? So this is Lumina, like more like a band.
Okay.
But we have a bigger circle, which is the Lumina company.
Right.
And with the Lumina company, it has it features a chorus, which is altar chorus.
Okay.
And then of course we have objectives to train people to sing classical music beautifully.
Wow.
So yes, they are welcome. It doesn't mean that as soon as you come you join Lumina.
No, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
All right,
But
so
for
let me leave
training,
you
yes.
guys, okay, to give us more tunes. We just love that. And I'm sure you've also loved the conversation. Now you really know the individuals who make up the Lumina band. Let me just bow out now and get them to give us more of such beautiful tunes. This has been the Upside Down Show here on Channel 1 TV. I'm Frema Edunyame.
After a busy day at work, consumed by the responsibilities of work, family, church, etc., it's great to get home to a detailed and comprehensive coverage of the day's biggest stories.
This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to Channel 1 Newsroom.
From our studios at number 5, Owula Hanson Lane.
At Tesano in Accra, my name is Umaru Sanda Amado.
Nanatufu Boate.
Eno Safo.
Charles Ozukumin.
Jua Tenkrama Dominic.
Zoe Abubeduado coming up.
For the first time in its history, the Electoral Commission has granted select journalists access to witness the printing of ballots and other election materials.
Ensuring that all angles of the various news items are accurately and adequately covered.
Those NDC people who are, walking all over the place, proclaiming, if they know the law, they should now face us in the law.
We want to win elections as political leader, and look at our attitude.
You can't remember one policy. Is it Jumsop or is it a confirm or now is it Nkukon Kete Kete?
And indeed, as some people say humorously, they have not only emptied the public purse, they have stolen the purse itself.
NDC for new people, Omo Kuntopa, Ghana Yomodia, Oh Munkancham Namiko Transit.
The Channel 1 newsroom seeks to leave no stone unturned to bring viewers the best in news reportage.
Banks, specialized deposit-taking institutions and payment service providers lost approximately 88 million Ghana cedis through fraud activities.
The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has announced plans to raise Ghana's projected growth rate, acknowledging the country's progress in recovering from its recent economic challenges.
Watch CNR for a comprehensive bulletin of the day's biggest stories at 8 p.m. every single day of the week, only on Channel 1 TV.
For much too long, stand up, please, say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. in heaven, hallowed, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Daily bread, forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us, and deliver us from the snare of the fall. The glory, now and forevermore. As we forgive those who sin against us, and deliver us from the snare of the fall. Father, for thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forevermore. Glory
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
They are the trailblazers, the pioneers, the unsung heroines who break barriers and set new standards.
Hello there, welcome to The Woman in You with me, Zoe Abubeduado. Now, this is a show that celebrates the extraordinary resilience, strength, and leadership of women everywhere.
From the pioneers in enterprise, politics, and health, their stories are our stories.
I was very satisfied with doing something very little. But when my mother introduced the eggs and I started, it kept me so busy that I had to be there in the morning, afternoon, and evening.
I had been playing around with the different facets of it, and I realized, listen, I'm really onto something. I decided to formalize it, and I formalized it probably after, just navigating the space and doing different things and trying my hand at different things probably played around with it for like a good 5 years before I formalized it.
Be inspired, be empowered, be the woman you were born to be.
Join me, Zoe Abubeduado, every week on Channel 1 TV as we celebrate these women who inspire, empower, and lead by example. It's time to celebrate the woman in you.
The Woman in You with Zoe airs Sundays at 6 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
What do you need from your leaders? And how can we build stronger constituencies?
Welcome to the constituency on Channel 1 Television. My name is Samuel Akom.
Every voice matters. Every story counts. Welcome to the constituency, the show that brings you closer to the heart of Ghana.
Market yawaha iswa nti here market kesi waha.
Dining aduane na wo say free no wanya no rich nampo nda so leaves na dimpo go so tama school no ye bread.
Join us every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Channel 1 TV as we explore the real issues facing our communities. From education and healthcare to jobs and infrastructure, we shine a light on the needs of the people.
Now it's obvious that Ghanaians will look at it twice to make sure the NDC as a party will come into government 2025.
And so say no there nya obi apple yes we gina here pa say me hu me bi no say nsuan ka mama pa ko no wache no
anka metu aba ma Jesus abeboa me.
As December 7th, 2024 approaches, it's time to empower ourselves and hold our leaders accountable. Get ready for insightful discussions, inspiring stories, and the chance to make your voice heard. Don't miss the constituency. Tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. Your voice, your constituency, your future.
On the 30th of July 2024, the Minister for Education, Honorable Dr. Yao Seiduchum, delivered a State of Education address at the Accra International Conference Center. It was an exciting occasion where he shared the evidence of the NPP government's devotion to transforming education in Ghana, from revolutionizing kindergarten education with engaging play-based pedagogy to advancing digital literacy and STEM education policies and constructing top-quality schools. Initiatives that are not just policies, but a promise to provide quality, inclusive and equitable education for all. The address covered key development, achievements and future plans in our education sector. It was an opportunity to learn about the progress and initiatives shaping the future of education in Ghana. Today, we bring you the State of the Nation's address as delivered by the Minister for Education at the Accra International Conference Center.
I'll be doing an evidence-based communication because I know there are some who do not trust what the politicians say much. You've been waiting for action, and we'll provide the action. We'll provide the evidence to show you that here is a president who has gone beyond his manifesto commitment and has done more than he promised. A great accomplishment by all standards. We want to make sure that this nation's fortunes change for the better. Great strides have been made. We may not be where we want to be, but we are not where we used to be. And that evidence will be shown today. Number of you have provided guidance. Others critique. Either way, we believe it has made us do our job better. Africa Education Watch, under the distinguished leadership of my brother Kofi Asai, has always provided insights, sometimes in support of what we do, sometimes divergent, yet it all helps us to do our job better. My brother Kofi Asai, we've heard you about dropout prevention and what we need to do in that space. So you have always talked about dropout and how we need to stem the tide of dropout in our schools. And I'm glad that the Ghana Education Service have agreed to take on this task by appointing dropout prevention coordinators in all districts of the Ghana Education Service to ensure that when we see the early signs of dropout, the prevention coordinators will visit families, visit communities to make sure students don't drop out before we start setting up GOP to go and rescue them from their communities. We don't want children to drop out before we reintegrate them. So the dropout prevention coordinators are going to help do this job so that students don't drop out. The opportunity that has been presented to us as a nation in the area of free secondary education is an opportunity that should be extended to all. No child should drop out of school at the primary, junior, high school level. We will come and find you. We will work with you. We'll work with your parents to make sure you stay in school to be part of the talent pool that this nation needs to transform its fortunes. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. The world as we know it is changing. Literacy, being literate, is a basic requirement. We cannot be counted among the countries with the highest learning poverty. The World Bank tells us that a number of countries in Africa are experiencing a crisis in education. In some countries, as many as 90% of the children aged 10 cannot read for understanding. Learning poverty. It is a scourge that a number of countries are facing. Ghana will flip the coin. Instead of 90% learning poverty, we want to make sure that 90% of our youth are proficient in reading and numeracy by age 10. That is why today I'm excited that we have begun communities of excellence. Nana Nsasa Sreku did us the honors a few months back when in his famous town of Manfi, we launched the Communities of Excellence program. Community of Excellence simply says that when you bring the community together, when you train the chiefs and the queen mothers and the assembly members to let them know of their responsibilities, they will partner government to ensure that 90% of our children by the time they get to age 10, will read proficiently. And then 90% minimum will move on to secondary. And beyond secondary, 90% will move on to employable opportunities, or become employed, or move on to tertiary. So this is what we call the 90-90-90 plan. We have to make sure that through the community of excellence, everybody comes together so that we can take advantage of the opportunity that has been extended to us by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government. Free secondary education is something that we have all heard about. Let us look at what is going on across the country in terms of the enrollment. We have done a fantastic job in terms of the number of students who are enrolled in secondary schools. In 2016, before the introduction of free secondary school, a little over 800,000 students were enrolled in senior high schools. Today, it's 1.4 million plus enrolled in our secondary schools. A great accomplishment. So as we prepare the youth through the community of excellence, they know that free senior high school is waiting for them. And this is the training that has been done in a number of communities who are part of the community of excellence. We also should understand that in spite of the opportunity for the youth to take advantage of the free senior high school, in some regions we are having challenges. So when you hear of us talking about free compulsory universal secondary education, an enactment of an act to guide, protect free secondary education, we are talking about ensuring that no child had a choice to say, I will not go to secondary school, I will not go to technical school, I will not engage in a structured apprenticeship program, and somehow on my own, I'm not 18, but I'm not about to participate in the education process. There's emergence of a trend. Throughout the country, Northern region tops transition rate from junior high to high school. 95% of the youth in the Northern region of Ghana move from junior high to high school. They have the highest score. Followed by Savannah and Northeast, 94%. Then these two regions are followed closely by Upper East with 92% transition rate. Next in line is Upper West with 89%. We have all the 5 Northern region topping enrollment until then you see Bono East and Bono region emerging and coming, and with Greater Accra, Ashanti following. Then you go to Central region with enrollment in the 70s. Volta region with enrollment in the 70s. This trend should not be allowed to continue. Northern region 95%, Western is 81%, Bono is 86%, Eastern is 79%, Central is 77%, Greater Accra 87%, Ashanti 87%, Bono East 88%, Upper West 89%, Volta is 76%, Western North 77%, Upper East, I've already said, Ahafo is 82%, Savannah, Northeast, OT is 84%. So, Cabinet has approved proposal to enact a law that will say that there shall be free, compulsory, universal secondary education. Recently, I got the opportunity of launching a cybersecurity Internet of Things program at Wisconsin University. When we talk about the Internet of Things, it's affecting every facet of life in this 4th industrial revolution. You could speak to your room and the light will go off. You can speak to the room and the light will come on. The electricians who are doing this job cannot be the electricians of yesteryears who didn't know any aspect of programming. So the minimum qualification to participate in the 4th industrial revolution cannot be anything below secondary. So when you hear about the free secondary education, it's not a political cliche. It was Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's vision that in this fourth industrial revolution, every Ghanaian should be equipped to participate because of what is happening now. How do you program the light to come on when you talk to her? How do you program the light to go off when you talk to her if you don't have any coding experience, coding in your high schools? So when you see there's a curriculum change and that coding is going to be taught in the high schools, we are saying that this is what they need to survive in the fourth industrial revolution. Things are changing in this society. If we don't move up our numbers and enhance science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, it's going to be very difficult for it to participate in this fourth industrial revolution. So the nation that educates its youth in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and is able to ensure the youth learn something about Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, about blockchain, all those technologies, and can create the software to drive industrialization, are the nations that are going to have a positive job growth. Otherwise, if we are satisfied with chew, pour, pass, and forget, if we are satisfied with memorization and learning at the lowest level of the Bloom's taxonomy, what it means is that we are not going to become part of the fourth industrial revolution and our nation will be left behind. And that's why I'm super excited that we have STEM centers where our youth are learning Scratch, learning robotics. They are learning the kind of things that are being learned around the world. This is the Accra STEM Center at Accra High School. Students in the neighborhood come there to learn the new software that is available. They are mastering it at an early age, and in no time, by the time they get to the high school, they will be ahead of the rest of the world. This is the present and the future of Ghana's education system. We are not waiting for anyone. The president's vision is clear that we need to leapfrog inequality, get ahead of the world, show the world the African child is capable of learning new skills and participating in the fourth industrial revolution. A number of them are being built across the country, and thank God that in September a number of schools will have their STEM centers operationalized. They have 3D printers here, which is very rare. Somebody saw this on TV and called me and said, "Is that Ghana?" I said, "Look at the faces of the children. They are Ghanaians." And he called me from America and he said, "The school that my child attends in America, we don't have this." And I said, "Yes, Ghana is making great strides." This is secondary and also shows something that has been done in the primary and junior high school stage. Let's look at what has been happening at the primary school and also at the kindergarten level. And then we'll take you all the way through high school. I'm going to be very brief in every aspect of it so that you can understand what has happened. I'm sure we're all familiar with buildings like this. Yeah, some of us may have sat in rooms like that, rectangular shaped buildings, painted brown and yellow, where the students wear brown and yellow uniforms. And some of you have run away from here. You said yes, you are right. But these buildings that you see, thank God, under the leadership of the president, when we move in the area that we are moving, it will be a thing of the past. We are moving from here at the junior high school level to spaces like this. And some of you are not willing to cry because I said, "No, that's a drawing. It's an architectural rendering." Here they come again, the politicians, telling us what we want to hear. But let's move on to the real ones that we've built across the country. This is the new junior high school in the Republic of Ghana. In a town with 7 junior high schools, when we build this, all the old buildings will be deserted and abandoned. And we'll move all the students into a building like this. In a junior high school where we have biology, chemistry, and physics lab, a STEM lab, that is the 21st century junior high school. Because we cannot educate 21st century Ghanaian children in 19th century buildings and expect them to be proficient as other children in other places in the world. And by the way, they also have the flexibility at the community level to change their uniform and make it what they want.
My name is Dr. Yaosei Educhum, your Minister for Education. On November 21st, Thursday, at 10 a.m. prompt, great event will be taking place in this country. First of its kind live broadcast showcasing one-of-a-kind event, the mega commissioning of over 80 schools across the length and breadth of our nation on various TV stations as well as other digital platforms. This event is to showcase one another Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, and Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic, have led the transformation of education in a very fascinating way. Join me as we witness grand commissioning of schools across the length and breadth of our country. It's an event you cannot miss.
This is what happened in my constituency when the government made available $1 million to every constituency. We took the $1 million and said we wanted a change in education infrastructure. This is the school that we built. It's called the Bosomtwe STEM Academy. This is how the students dress. And this is how the other communities also have the opportunity to say we want our children to dress this way. This is a public school and not a private school. This is the science lab of a junior high school built with $1 million per constituency. This is a music class of a public junior high school. Library of a public junior high school. You see how the teacher is seated with the smart board behind him, the students surrounding him, very comfortable. There's no cane in hand. The children are comfortable and these children are going to perform. They are so comfortable, seated around their teacher. That is the future and the present of Ghana's education system. This is what we need to do more of. This was never promised in our manifesto, but I always say Mr. President is the president who goes beyond his promise and do more than what we expect. When the opportunity came that we can do this, I said, Minister, go ahead, do it for me. And now we have this. And more of these are going to be seen across the length and breadth of this country. You see, some of you are going to look at this and say, oh, okay, we saw Jabin, we saw this, and what about the remote villages and towns? What is happening there? Let us see a few of them. The before and after of some schools across the country, where with the help of the World Bank, the Arab Development Bank, changes are coming. This is a town called Jitokwe in Southton in the Volta region. This was their classroom. Looks familiar for some people. Now let's move on to what we have done the last 4 months. So in a number of communities, we want to make sure that change come, and change come rapidly. We have to move the children from somehow, sometimes it's not just 19th century, so 16th century. We have Ahafumai, look at what the building was and where it is now. You look at other school. This was a demonstration school. Truly, demonstration. Now look at what the school is like. Azan was like this, by the roadside, show and tell. So Yellow Crop passed by the roadside, and this was Azan. This is it. Now, Azan Basic School, they have a WC and number of places. This is a school called Nagode, in the town called Nagode, near Nyinahini. When school begins in September, this will be completed and that will be their school. All across the country, we cannot leave out the rural child and expect only the urban children to benefit from government intervention. We need to tap into the talent pool of all Ghanaians so that we have the critical mass that can lead the transformation of our country. It is in our interest that every child benefit from quality education. But we know education goes beyond infrastructure. That's why I'm super excited that for the first time in our history, you need a bachelor's degree to teach even in the kindergarten. First group of students who graduated are going to start their teaching career soon as they prepare to go through the processing process. They recently applied, they selected the communities where they want to be, and the application process is ongoing to put them in a place where they will be able to teach our children and ensure that we meet 21st century standards. In alignment with this, a number of schools at the junior high school level have received computers from the government. We are equipping junior high schools through the Basic STEM initiative so that in communities we'll be able to ensure that they have a fully equipped lab to ensure that they also can learn ICT and other skills that are required of them. We are going to be distributing robotic kits under the Basic STEM program to a number of schools to ensure that all children will benefit from the government's intervention. At the senior high school level, we have a number of model STEM schools distributed across the country. Awaso STEM Senior High School, Accra High School STEM Center, Kwasi STEM High School in the Bono, Bomosu Eastern Pasempe, and there's the Bomosu School with the science labs that are there. It's operationalized. It's a full STEM high school. Awaso is one of the fascinating stories. A new school built in Awaso, and look at the environment. In case you hear somebody saying, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has not built a single school. We've done so much. Your tax cedis have been used to your benefit. Awaso, Pasempe, go and see the students doing experiments. This is not about chew poor pass and forget. That era is over. This is about a place where children are innovating. So this is the learning environment, practical learning environment, as espoused in the Anamwa Mensa committee report, that science teaching should be practical. Now it's happening. So when you look at what has been done, this in Ashanti region, they are finishing up next academic year, it will be opened. We are also working on the Creative Arts High School in Kumasi, which is going to get students from across the country interested in creative arts. That is going to be a school that is second to none, because this is where the next generation of creative artists will be trained for our country and for the world. To me, it's Ghana to the world. Our artists should be the best you can find anywhere in the world, and we're going to take a conscious effort to educate them so they can move on and showcase Ghana and bring critical resources back into our country. We have seen various interventions in education. The 1987 education reform gave us the junior high school. Now, the junior high school, unfortunately, as you can see from various schools that I've shown you, find themselves in the old middle school buildings, run down, dilapidated, which in effect diminish our education system. We used to have 7-year secondary. Then it became 3. We jettisoned 4 and put the lower secondary, which is supposed to be secondary, by the way, in dilapidated structures. So when you hear of the free compulsory universal basic secondary education and the secondary education bill, we want to rectify that. Junior high school cannot continue to be part of the basic education system. It
it should be part of the secondary education system, giving us an effective 6-year secondary education. So the facilities that you see here, these are high school laboratories. Junior high schools are going to have same. So look at this. Across the length and breadth of Ghana, new science labs have been built in existing schools and in new schools. Ebri Girls, I see Ebri Girls, I see Okuapimai, I see Kumasi High School, I see Aflao Community Senior High School. These are all schools with new science lab, fully equipped with the necessary gadgets so that they can do science experiments. So it's no longer a science program where we're expecting students to memorize some data for us. These are Hunterman girls. You go and see the kind of work the students are doing. It makes you know that things are changing in Ghana. So these are the things that are happening across the length and breadth of Ghana. Post-COVID, our country is making investment in education. Not just at the secondary education level, at the primary level, we are making investment. At the junior high school level, we are making investment. We want to assure Ghanaians that the free senior high school will continue to be implemented the way it should be. Enrollment has increased. I think we've talked about that. And I'm sure it will continue to increase this year. With the 505,000 students enrolled in Form 1 this academic year, the next academic year, we might see an increase. But one of the exciting things is that we have attained gender parity. In fact, there are more girls than boys. Before free senior high school, for every 100 boys, you had 68 girls. Because parents were making some unfortunate decisions where, when they have limited resources, things are difficult for them. They choose between the boy and the girl, and then the boy gets selected. Then the girl can go and learn some trade, and the boy gets to go to secondary school. So when the cost barrier was removed, then all of a sudden, you have a situation where more girls are going to reflect the general population. So Ghana is one of the few countries in sub-Saharan Africa that have attained gender parity in secondary education. Now, you also hear other people talk about the free senior high school had diminished education outcomes. And sometimes when I hear that, I say, what kind of planet do they live on? Free senior high school has somehow destroyed education. Now that the poor gets the opportunity to go, everything is bad because the poor is in the room. We need to bring everybody on board. Let's look at the data and judge for ourselves. In 2015, 45.2% of our students got a credit score in English language. 45.2, 2015. Fast forward, 2023. 73.11% have A1 to C6. Let's go to 2015, integrated science, 28.7, 966.82. And look, mathematics, 32.4 is 62.23. Social study, 57.4, 76.76. And in case you are saying it's just 1 year, probably by accident. No. Look, from 2020, as the free senior high school students began to graduate, there's not a single year where any subject has been below 50%. All the ones that are red was when the subject was below 50%. After 2020, you don't see red. I congratulate the teachers of Ghana, headmasters for their hard work, and for their determination even through COVID. They came back, they worked hard, and their students did well. To every one of you watching, I want you to know that a new Ghana has been established. We are moving on. Change has begun. Change will continue. We're going to get into a nation where there will be opportunity for all, a robust middle class, going through universities, making sure you do relevant courses
helping you to secure jobs, innovating ourselves out of poverty. This, I hope, will be the Ghanaian story in the years ahead. God bless us all.
Baikoi, an hour drive north of Romania's capital city, Bucharest. Mihai and Teofile, a Romanian-French duo, set off on a mission deep into the country's oil region. The so-called methane hunters have made the trip to track leaks of this powerful greenhouse gas, escaping from fossil fuel facilities.
We're going up the hills to see some very old oil infrastructure. It's like the first producing region in Romania. It's part of the Subcarpathian oil belt. That's how they call it.
That would be an interesting case to see if there are emissions at an oil field right next to settlements where you have people living.
Teofile has uncovered cases of methane leaks in more than 15 EU countries. It's now his third visit to Romania, home to one of the largest oil reserves in the continent. The worst leaks he has seen. The facilities here are owned by Petrom, the national oil company.
I work with an infrared camera. This type of camera has a special sensor that can detect methane gas, revealing it to the human eye. I also have a gas mask because I don't know if I'll be exposed to toxic gases. And this is a gas alarm. If it starts making loud noises and vibrating, that means we need to leave.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working? How?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be Football Made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen, Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be Football Made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen, Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be Football Made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen, Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to what the papers are saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to what the papers are saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to what the papers are saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
I'm trying to build sort of museum.
Yeah.
I call it my heritage. So in my house back in my hometown, there's a room reserved for that where I've hung all the uniforms and the relics I brought from operations.
That's good.
Yeah, so if you were doing this there, it would be more interesting for you to enter that room and take some
That's
few
correct,
pictures.
but that's a cue to Ghana Tourism Authority and the Museums Board. In fact, Ghana Tourism Authority, I mean, this is the General Anyidoho. And I say the General Anyidoho, who you will find in the history books, who you will find in the military books many years after he's gone. And it will be sad for Ghana Tourism Authority and the Museums and Monuments Board not to be part of this project that he's talking about. Because it's a national monument. He sits here alone, but he's an institution. And that's why we should celebrate him. And we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Where did you start from, this whole career military thing? Or how did you get into it?
Well, when I was in school.
Which school would this be?
Well, I went to elementary school in my village, Tanyigbe. When I passed middle school, Form 4, I then entered Bando Technical Institute.
Yeah, that's
Bando
Pantech.
Technical, Pantech.
Yeah.
For 18 months. After which I went to Takoradi, because that was a program we were following at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately